Title: The Journey from Poor to Rich. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains and rivers, there lived a young boy named Tom. Tom was born into a very poor family. His father worked as a farmer, and his mother took care of the house. They didn't have much money, and often they didn't have enough food to eat. But even though they were poor, Tom's parents loved him very much and always taught him important lessons about life. Tom didn't have many toys, and his clothes were old and torn, but he never complained. He was a kind and hard-working boy. He helped his father on the farm every day, planting seeds, watering the crops, and taking care of the animals. He also helped his mother with house chores. Even though life was difficult, Tom always had a smile on his face, a big dream. Tom dreamed of a better life. Every night before going to bed, he would look up at the stars and imagine what it would be like to have money and live in a big house. He wished he could buy his parents nice things and give them a comfortable life. But for now, those were just dreams. One day, while working in the field, Tom's father sat down beside him. "Son," he said, "life is hard, but if you work hard and never give up, you can achieve anything. Remember, it's not how much money you have, but how much effort you put into your dreams that matters." Tom listened carefully to his father's words. He knew that his father was right. He decided that he would work harder than ever and find a way to change his life. A chance encounter. Years passed, and Tom grew into a strong young man. He continued to help his parents on the farm, but deep inside he still dreamed of a better life. One day, while he was working in the fields, a man came to the village. This man was dressed in fine clothes and looked very important. He introduced himself as Mr. Williams, a businessman from the city. Mr. Williams was looking for young people who were willing to work hard. He needed someone to help him in his factory, and he was offering a good salary. Tom saw this as the opportunity he had been waiting for. He went up to Mr. Williams and asked for the job. "Why should I hire you?" Mr. Williams asked. "I may not have much education," Tom replied, "but I'm hardworking, honest, and I never give up. Give me a chance, and I'll prove myself." Impressed by Tom's determination, Mr. Williams decided to give him the job. "You start tomorrow," he said with a smile. The new life in the city. The next morning, Tom said goodbye to his parents and set off for the city. It was the first time he had ever left his village, and he was nervous but excited. The city was big and noisy, with tall buildings and busy streets. Tom had never seen anything like it before. When he arrived at the factory, he worked hard every day. The work was tough, and sometimes he felt tired. But he remembered his father's words: "Work hard and never give up." Tom didn't mind the long hours because he was saving money to help his family. Months passed, and Tom's hard work didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Williams saw how dedicated Tom was and decided to promote him. Tom was given more responsibilities and a higher salary. He was able to send money back home to his parents, and this made him very happy. Learning new skills. While working at the factory, Tom met many new people. Some of them had gone to school and knew a lot about business. Tom realized that if he wanted to become rich, he needed to learn more. So, every night after work, he would go to the local library and read books about business, money, and success. It wasn't easy for Tom. He didn't have much education, and some of the books were difficult to understand. But Tom didn't give up. He asked for help when he needed it, and slowly he started to understand more and more. One of the books he read talked about starting your own business. The idea excited Tom. He thought, if Mr. Williams can start a business and become rich, maybe I can too. Starting small. With the money he had saved, Tom decided to take a risk. He left his job at the factory and started his own small business. At first, it wasn't easy. He didn't have many customers, and sometimes he didn't make any money at all. But Tom remembered the lessons he had learned from his father and from the books he read. Work hard, be patient, and never give up. Slowly, his business began to grow. More and more people came to buy from him, and soon he was making a profit. Tom was excited, but he didn't let success go to his head. He continued to work hard every day and save his money. As Tom's business grew, he started thinking about ways to expand it. He used the knowledge he had gained from the books and from his experience at the factory to make smart decisions. He hired more workers, bought better equipment, and opened new shops in other parts of the city. Before long, Tom's business became very successful. He was making more money than he had ever dreamed of. He was able to buy a nice house for himself and send even more money back to his parents. Giving back. Despite his success, Tom never forgot where he came from. He remembered the struggles his family had faced, and he wanted to help others who were in the same situation. So Tom started giving back to his village. He built a school so that children could get an education, and he helped other poor families by giving them jobs in his business. Tom's parents were very proud of him. They couldn't believe how much their son had achieved. Tom's father, with tears in his eyes, said, "You've made our dreams come true, Tom. We're so proud of the man you've become." Facing challenges. But life wasn't always easy for Tom. Even though he was now rich, he still faced many challenges. Sometimes his business would face problems, like when the economy was bad or when new competitors arrived. But Tom always found a way to overcome these challenges. He learned that being rich didn't mean everything would be easy. It meant that he had more responsibility and needed to work even harder to keep what he had earned. But Tom didn't mind the hard work because he knew that nothing worth having comes easily. The power of kindness. One day, Tom was walking through the city when he saw a young boy sitting by the side of the road, looking sad and hungry. Tom was reminded of his own childhood, and without thinking twice, he walked over to the boy and gave him some money. "Thank you, sir," the boy said, his eyes shining with gratitude. "I'll never forget your kindness." Tom smiled and replied, "Always remember, it's not about how much money you have. It's about what you do with it." Years passed, and Tom's business continued to grow. He became one of the richest men in the city, but he never forgot his roots. He visited his village often, helping the people there and spending time with his family. One day, a reporter came to interview Tom for a newspaper. She asked him, "What's the secret to your success?" Tom thought for a moment and then replied, "There's no secret. It's simple. Work hard, never give up, and always be kind. Success is not about money. It's about making a difference in the lives of others." The reporter smiled and wrote down his words. Conclusion. Tom's story spread across the city, inspiring many people. He had started with nothing, but through hard work, determination, and kindness, he had become rich, not just in money, but in the love and respect of those around him. Tom lived a happy life, surrounded by his family and friends. And even though he was now wealthy, he never forgot the lessons his parents had taught him: to be humble, hardworking, and generous. And so, Tom's journey from poor to rich became a story of hope and inspiration for all who heard it. The end.